Hey fellow blacksmiths, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead. Episode 13, working towards a full suit of armor. So as you can see above my head, that priority is a bit out of date. Before I do that, what I would like to do is show you where we are at this point. So the profane artifact is the next big quest item. We had just turned in the granite tooth or whatever it was from the Cyclops, meaning that we have a lot of things that got unlocked. And I think taking advantage of those unlocks is going to be ideal. So right now, looking at what we've got, we have pottery that we don't have set up. We don't obviously have pottery yet. And if we add pottery, it really ought to be somewhere close to the material storage or the clay pit. So right here is a not unreasonable spot for pottery. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just right now reviewing what we could do. We could start to set up second towns for teleport spots. It's not that hard to get an altar level 2 for teleportation reasons. I think shoring up our defenses around our town is also going to be pretty helpful. Because now that we have a war declaration against Pizzavax, we're going to have day raids and night raids. And making sure that things stay protected is ultimately going to be pretty important. Because, losing people is a problem. Some other things that we could do. We have the beer dolium. So previously we had I have a beer dolium up near the wheat farm. We don't yet have the wine dolium because I don't have a lyre. So there's more quests that we could pursue. I don't believe, and we just only unlocked the brick oven. So doing all the things that uses bricks is going to be yet another upgrade chain. So I think the first thing I want to do is to get pottery. So let's go ahead and get that. Get a pottery building. And a pottery building is going to allow us to make vessels and brew and stuff like that. So it's fairly useful. I actually might put it. That cuts into the road, which I don't like. Yeah, I guess I could put it down here. Right next to the clay pit. Well, that works. And I'll likely just let our architect do it. Our carpenter. He'll just get it done. So another thing that the granite tooth unlocked for us is the ability to blacksmith tectonic gear. So at the moment, I'm wearing the tectonic helmet. But I don't have any of the other tectonic pieces, the armor or the boots, or the maul. Not that I really like the maul. And in order to get that, much the same way that we did the Guardian of Minerva stuff, you will perhaps need to farm it, because it requires bronze bars and Cyclops shards. And bronze bars and Cyclops shards. And I would really like to get tectonic armor, so I'm going to add that also to the priority. And I'll have to see how many shards we even have. Honestly, I forget where I put them, whether I put them in the house. Because I know I have, the Guardian's Eye in here. No, I don't think I have them in the house. Got it. I could have them in general storage. Yes. I do. Okay, perfect. And I gotta level up that blacksmith too. Yes, indeed. So taking a look at what we've got in here. I don't have a lot of reagents for bronze. We might need to level up our blacksmith just by grinding stuff. So if we take a quick look, our blacksmith is currently level 3 out of 4. The tectonic armor requires level 4. I'm going to put the Cyclops shard into the building storage. So in order to get our blacksmith higher level, I'm going to need to level them up. And what that probably looks like is having them grind out more bronze bars. Because I basically don't have any bronze bars. So one of the issues with tin, we could set up a desert town where it just basically has like maybe a farm for basic desert crops and then a mine for tin. Because the things that you mine up in your miner are region specific. So here in the starter region, you know, the forest or the plains, you get copper and coal. And tin is a desert specific thing. So what I'm contemplating is whether or not I want to do that. I think it's not unreasonable. However, with that said, there is iron eventually. And the reason I mention that is eventually you sort of just like outgrow tin at some point. And then iron becomes the thing, you know? So I also don't want to overinvest in tin knowing that iron is on the horizon. All right, so it looks to me like pottery just got done. And the carpenter is going to... Oh, God, why did I put it right there with the... Oh, that's a terrible idea. Pottery just got done, and we're going to be able to queue up like pots and vessels and things like that as soon as we have someone hired in the position. So heading over to the flag. I have a bunch of Insula people here. So we've got a tentative, an excited, a loyal, and a basic. I'll put the loyal person in there. Hilarious. Hilarious the Potter. That works for me. Alright, so poking our head in the air. We have empty pots, small pots, massive pots. I'm going to queue up a few empty pots. And the reason these are stopped is the furnace outside does not have a fuel source. It's very similar to the way blacksmithing works, where you need to feed it fuel. So let's go ahead and do that. I had coal in my house. Could I build a mine right next to the entrance door? No. The mines are pretty, like, physically, their footprint is really large. And the zone itself has to read as a mine. So, as nice as that sounds, I don't think it's going to be functionally possible. I'll check, though. I will check. And I'm just looking at, like, the other stuff we've got. So, I believe this miner is set up to be getting coal. Yes, indeed they are. So we have 36 coal. So here's what I mean. If we go over here and I set up quarry, there's not anywhere in here. Oh, apparently I could maybe build it right there. I don't know. Yeah, that actually might be possible. I take it back. If we clear this out enough, my only worry, I guess I could build it right there. Yeah. Okay. That is definitely food for thought. I don't think we're going to be able to manage the farm the same way, just by, like, shoving in there. But possibly a mine. That's cool. I had thought of that, but didn't think there was this space. So I'm glad I'm wrong. And I'm glad you brought it up, Fangface. Alright, so let's go throw coal into the pottery. And now we'll have pots. The other thing we're probably going to want to do is to set up the logistics for pottery. So output for material storage goes to the input of the pottery, and the pottery goes into the input. And this is going to be repeat for items. So basically, you can pull clay to it, and then you deposit your pots somewhere in here. I'm also going to pull the nail of the Cyclops out of here, because it's like a specialty material that really doesn't need to be in the general storage. There's a lot of things in this general storage that, like, probably don't belong, like chanterelle mycelium, you know. There's a lot of materials that are like a one-off special type stuff that it just doesn't really make sense to have in there. So I'll have to clear that up at some point. All right, so we've got the pottery building, and I think what I'm gonna do is work on getting our blacksmith higher level by making bronze. So the current priority right now is level up blacksmith for tech. What is it with a C? I wrote originally tectonic armor. All right. With that in mind, if it is possible to have a miner span the gap into the desert, let's try it. I'm all for that. And then there's a lot of other buildings that I can level up. When you... Yeah, so there's a lot of, like, level up buildings to address as well. Like higher level carpentry, higher level, you know, smithy, higher level, you name it, I probably could level it up. So, this here needs to be zone cleared. It's going to be very easy to source the stone, because there's a bunch of stones in the way that are going to have to get broken. Can I connect 2 deposits with logistics? I don't know what you mean by 2. Like, connecting the miner that's getting the coal to supply coal? Because if that's what you mean, then the answer is no. Fuel is not something that can be supply chained, unfortunately. Now, the reason I said I don't think I'm going to be able to get a farm in here is, like, there's just not enough space to, I think, put a farm to... Because in order to farm in the desert, you have to find, like, oases. And there's just really not the room. All right, so we have the building down. And let's actually grab the wagon. How much? It was 3 clay, 6 wood. Is that right? Or 8 wood? Okay. Oh, come on. Seriously? I missed by like a 1/4 inch. And I will say our lumberjack really hasn't had to do much work lately because I really haven't been doing much with the wood. Alright, I think that's all the remaining materials for that miner. If I am not mistaken. You mean move things between storage near the miner? No. Whatever you mean, probably the answer is no. If you could describe it more in detail. Like, if this miner is making... Whoa! Well, that was uncool. Am I stuck? Okay, let's use a coin, I guess. Not sure how you would solve that without a traveler's coin. Yeah, definitely rip those carts. But, you know, carts are easy to make. It's not a big deal. All right, logistics. Output to input. Repeating for items and resources. Save. So far, so good. So far, so good. At least I have those cards. I'll build some more cards. It's again, really not a problem. In fact, maybe I won't build the carts. Maybe the carpenter will. Because carts, there's 2 ways to make carts. You can have the carpenter actually make the carts, or you can just, like, put down carts on the ground, like this. And because they're a construction project, the carpenter will just, like, build those over time. Alright, the other thing I wanted to do... Yes! That is in our town! Alright. Because I said that very excitedly, the excited person goes in there. Done! Alright, let's go issue... I don't have enough bronze to make bronze carts. Maybe I'll get to the bronze carts eventually, but, like, the whole thing with the blacksmithing to level up is I just don't even have bronze at the moment. I'm going to break some of the path blockers so that I can walk around here like a little bit more easily. Another reasonable investment, I think. I guess I need a regular road there. Unfortunately, I left my construction stuff behind, so I'll have to grab that in a second. All right. Well, there goes all my roads. You are, yeah. So I think what I need to do is to switch the miners. So the higher level ones are working for tin. So let's go do that. I totally blanked that that would be an issue. Yeah, obviously. All right. So you are a miner level 3. You go over there. Miner level 1. You stay there. And you're miner level 3. Okay, that's fine. So the miner level 1, this guy, I'm going to tell him to mine up stone to level up. Because this is the main mine we use for construction, so he'll level up getting stone. It's fine. Then the one across the road will get copper, and then the new one will get tin. I won't have anyone getting coal, but like that's fine. So you go for copper. Oops. And then you go for tin. Can I walk this way? No. Well, the more I know. Tin. Okay, whoa, I almost did it again. I could reuse the marble walls to like wall off to idiot-proof this area. Absolutely. I mean, it's obviously going to be faster for me to just like walk through where they're walled if I want to get to the desert. Now that I have the miners getting all of the required stuff for... It's possible that I can get a farm in here that's bound to the original town and then to farm in that spot. So I'm going to check that. The other thing I want to do is to get the carpenter to make more pathing, flooring, so I can speed the area up a bit. You want apricot. Phoenix wing. Okay, well, I don't have one of those. Yeah, see, it wasn't a problem. I already have 3/4 of my carts. Nothing like it outsourcing the labor. Alright, so once he's done constructing, let's go with town road upgrade. On repeat. Well, actually, not on repeat so that I can queue a bunch of town roads. And we'll use those, and that also allows the miner to then level up more in mining, because otherwise... the miner wouldn't have to supply any stone because there wasn't any need for stone, and then it would get backed up or whatever. All right. With the empty pots, if you're wondering where I made them, you can go over to the cauldron here, and with an empty pot, you can then start making stuff. You can make health potions and stuff like that. Right, so like honey in a major health potion makes a major health potion plus. You know, you start off with a small one, which is strange crab meat and a minor health potion, or even start lower with just, you know. So let's brew up a little bit of potions, so that, because the potions I currently have are like, don't produce enough healing anymore, I would say. given that my HP is higher than it once was. So now I have health potions that are 35 and 10 over 5 and 55 up from whatever minor one I had before. I didn't even actually use the potions. Stone Heart I'll hold on to for a gift. And I'll put the seeds away. So I think our time is going to be best spent helping to level up the blacksmith. To get the blacksmith high enough level to be able to, you know, make the tectonic armor. Meaning grabbing things like copper and tin by hand. So far, yeah, I mean, they're not going to take forever to level up, I hope. And while I'm out, it would also be good to have a quick look at what the gods want, so that if I'm in the area, I can do it. So in order to unlock level 2 leatherworker, we would need to offer a bunch of flint arrows, bronze arrows, a bronze ballista, and a bow. So some of the bronze I have the blacksmith making right now, we can turn into bronze arrows in order for this offering. We still need to find the lyre for the Windolium. A traveler's coin and a research paper. I have a traveler's coin, so I'll split that off the stack right now and give one over. And then we need research paper. And then proving the worth is a full set of bronze gear, which will also be able to donate as well. If I get all tectonic head to toe, you know, the my old bronze armor can be gifted or offered. There we go. So that's half of Mercury's desire towards the university. And let's go ahead and grab the carts, knowing that one is incomplete. Let's grab... Oh, right. I told him to do all those roads. I was like, why hasn't this finished? Because I gave you other tasks. Let's finish this cart. Oh, you're already doing it for me. Cool. And then head on over to try to get, maybe initially, copper? My guess is tin is going to be the slow one, though, even though you need 2 parts copper, 1 part tin. In fact, how about we just look at what's in storage to try to gauge what we'll need? I could also build the test farm, yeah. I just didn't want to deviate too far. Yeah, I mean, it's slow going. I will try that test farm, though, before I forget. Which would be a farmstead. Oh, yeah, it is possible. This is the desert, and I think it's still bound to my original colony. So, noted. Okay. I thought, and I guess I'm mistaken, oh, I have marked a little copper down here. So we'll go southwest and hit up that copper. There's also a fair likelihood that I need to do some armament reloading. I bet some of the scorpions have been tapped, you know, have shot all their arrows. So I'll put that in the back of my head of things to be done. It's funny, like, I don't want the stone, but it's in the way. I was trying to avoid it. Couldn't. Alright, so I'm here, I need, okay, just a little west. Now, luckily, I'm back in the forest area with, like, superior arms and armor. So these guys, I should be able to smoke pretty quick. Like, I don't think they're gonna pose much of a threat. Not to me, but possibly... Oh, who are you? Possibly to the animals. Or to the carts, rather. Yeah, let's add them. Cool. We have another person, useful person to be offered work. Right. Oops. No, no, I did not mean to... Well, whatever. Just don't know my own strength. I just keep... I mean... throwing it way over the carts. It's funny, actually, once the carts are full, you can actually break your carts by, like, hucking stuff at them. Seriously? These are all full? I know the back one isn't. Did they, like, change something? I thought they held 4. What is even going on? I guess I needed more carts. Well, the good news is I'll just make a return trip down here. Yeah, okay, there was space. I don't know why I wasn't filling. No, okay, it's fine. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I should have room for all of this, and targeting can be finicky. Yeah, normally I don't have any issues with it. Like, not many, and then obviously I was just like, could not for the life of me land it. Alright, it is also almost gonna become, oops, nighttime, which means I need to get... I'm not worried about them harming me, but they're gonna blow up my carts real good. And yes, bronze carts obviously solves that. But, I ain't got that. It's the whole reason I'm out here. So grabbing the copper is easy. Grabbing the tin's gonna be a little bit more annoying, so I'm definitely gonna want to go get tin once it's daytime, so that I'm not fighting off night monsters, because I'm not gonna make any progress that way. Did I change the miners? I did indeed. So all these copper bars I'm just going to shove into the... Oh, I didn't throw that far enough. Shove into the blacksmith, and then whatever tin I have available. Oh, you know what I just realized? You might... The comment about the double logistics, it might be in reference to, could I hook this blacksmith up to both? Now I just realized. So yes, I believe you can. So output of material storage into the input of blacksmith for requesting items and resources, save. Meaning that now this blacksmith should be able to draw upon any tin, and yes, it worked, that was stored in that material storage. That's probably what you meant, and my brain was just a little too smooth to realize it. So, the answer is yes. Is the cart train an upgrade? Nope. You can just connect as many as you want. I don't even know if there's a limit, but like, I mean, at some point it becomes a liability, because if they get destroyed, you just lose a lot. But yeah, as you can see, if you've played Snake, it's Snake. Alright, you have wheat seeds. Oh, and wheat. And then you have the other seeds. Cabbage. Yeah. How are you doing? Oh boy, you have a bunch of random wheat that you probably shouldn't. Is there still wheat being sown out there? Yes. Okay. And I see some over there. Because, yeah, they briefly overlapped, and I've removed that overlap since, but I'm just going to have to continually snipe wheat seeds out of this thing until it's all non-wheat. Now, a lot of these foods, like olives, for instance, don't actually provide any citizen food. In order for them to provide citizen food, you would need to cook it into a meal. So, just keep that in mind. Not everything. I'm just gonna like donate this to the gods. I don't care. Not everything that that you grow is actually useful to feed your people. So like apples are fine, 2 food apiece, you know, or cooked meat cuts or whatever. But like the what the hell? I was trying to do cooked meat and it like just defaulted over to, oh, you mean you want a whole bunch more torches? No, I didn't. But thank you. And olive oil is an ingredient. So all of the stuff like that can be useful if you, you know, if you... I already have a torch. But, you know, I could make the nicer torch, I guess. That's pottery, right? No, it's not pottery. Where is the nicer torch? Yeah, advanced cooking recipes require olive oil and olives and a whole bunch of other processed stuff. So there, it's worth growing if you intend to make use of like complex meals. That's a delicious beverage. That sounds horrifying. So how far along did you get? You are not that far. It's currently stopped because I'm sure you're out of tin. But it won't take too long to fill that in. Now that it's on a repeat order, anytime there is tin, it will immediately smelt the next piece. So, not much needing to do there. So, shall we get the farm while I wait? It will be daytime in a minute here, allowing me to go be more productive and get the tin myself. No, put the... There we go. Alright, there we go. So it's daytime. Maybe what I'll do is I'll queue up the farm to be done, clear the area, and then just like see if the carpenter does it. Once the carpenters like make roads, queue is all finished. Can you make other towns and connect the two? As far as I know, you cannot connect the two, no. You can make other towns, though. So, half of that is possible, the other half not so much. Yeah, as I suspected, there was not enough room in here for a farm next to the mining, but there is here. So I'm gonna put it maybe there. Oh, hello. I didn't even know that was there. Lucky heat-proof sandals. Lucky me. So some crops are desert-specific, which is... and there's not a lot of them. But if you do want any of the desert crops, you're going to need to grow only in the desert. So it could be helpful to have a desert farm in that instance. I probably also need to relocate my defenses, you know, my ballista or whatnot, closer to the town line or whatever, but I'll get around to that eventually. I'm not worried about that at the moment. Okay, out of roads, perfect. Now I'm gonna put everything away, and then we're gonna go. Got what, 8 armor? That's like better than these sandals. I mean, those greaves give me melee damage, so I'm gonna keep the greaves, but like, it's insulting that like sandals are better than my like bronze greaves in some way. It's like some measurable way. Ah, yes. Rylus, thank you for the resub, and welcome, welcome. I'm not sure I'm going to take all those carts into the desert. Seems a bit much, if you ask me. And then I also wanted to check in on the blacksmith before I go. In fact, I walk this path so frequently. Let's make it official. Good old-fashioned desire path. I'm not going to build it. I'll just let the carpenter. So how are we looking? You are pretty dang close. Yeah, I feel like if I get a bit of... Oh, wow, you're already doing it. If I get a small bit of, tin manually, the blacksmith will easily level up, and then I'll have all that bronze to do the questing with, to satisfy, you know, all of the other, quests. Because I have a few quests, in response to that bronze. We also know where Pisifax is. No, don't break my carts, you jerk. Oh my god, I have to park. Really? I kill one of you and now there's another one. Wait, that's not damaged? For real? Only one of them got busted up? Cool. Additionally, if you happen to see, a liar, let me know. Because that is another outstanding, You know what? Let's kill these guys. What's in the chest? Show me what's in the box! Oh, it's a liar. Okay, cool. Never mind, I found it. I found it first. It was me, it was me. Venus is gonna be so happy. Okay. Hilaria. Sloppy Hilaria. No, no thanks. I pass. Well, that's one god to be pleased. Do I have antidote? I do. Okay, cool. A little bit of antidote makes, like, a lot of the status effects of the desert, I wouldn't say obsolete, but a lot more manageable. But if it... Oh, God, Mike. Stop Hercules yeeting the ore. Dang it. But without antidote, it's super annoying to be here. Everything's trying to poison you. Thank you for tuning in to Romestead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule, and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Legionnaires.